All right, today we're behind the wheel of my friend Daniel's E30. This is a 318i with the M42 engine. The E30 was the entry-level luxury car which was produced by a bunch of Germans from 1982 to 1994. That's 12 years with only one sort of update and a few engine changes. Somehow, though, the E30 is almost a byword for the best handling car that isn't a Miata. And because of this, it has given the plucky little Bavarian a rabid following. To create new converts, the E30 faithful generally go by a set script that goes sort of like this. You find someone who's contemplating buying a Miata, and they say to themselves, I'd love a Miata for autocrossing, drifting, track days, / daily driving to beauty school, but I have kids and I can't fit a car seat in the Miata. You should buy an E30, bro. Where did you come from? Don't worry about that. I'm from Beamer Forums, and you need an E30. I swear you weren't here 2 seconds ago. Don't worry about that. Listen, bro. You need an E30. They're cheap, especially the ones with the M42 engines. They're reliable and fun. Look into it. And then the follower of the E30 cult disappears into a puff of oil smoke. The only note to make from this is that if the devotee represents NOLA Beamers, they'll tell you to avoid the M42 unless you want the wrath of an entire Facebook group brought down upon your soul. Even though most of them technically live underwater though, so what do they know? Joking aside, the E30s are awesome little cars that are very versatile. They can do just about anything you'd want them to do. If you go to any autocross or track day, there's bound to be at least one of these running. Need a fun commuter? Boom, E30. Want to enter a rally race for the first time? Pull a Bill Caswell and run an E30 you bought for $500. Want to drift? Before you can say, do you even know what DK stands for, bro? You're sliding sideways in your Munich missile. What I'm getting at here is that the E30 hype is real and warranted. Before driving this 318, I didn't really understand how one car could be perfect for so many things, but after driving this for even the shortest amount of time, I got it. I literally drove it 2 miles and went, yeah, I get it now. It's like this weird revelation. The E30 is communicative in a way that very few cars are now. The steering is heavy, but it lightens tremendously at speed. You could run over a frog and tell how many flies it had for dinner. That's how much the steering tells you about what the wheels are doing. It's a small and buzzy car that lets you ring the little 4-cylinder out to 7,000 RPMs without the slightest hesitation. It doesn't make nearly as much power as the E36s that followed, but it did weigh significantly less, and that's what makes this car so awesome. The motor in this particular car makes around 140 horsepower, which sounds puny until you drive it and realize that you've got the Goldilocks of BMWs. This thing is just right. Because it's so light, responsive, and buzzy, it makes itself the perfect partner for any type of motorsports you want to get yourself into. So when you find yourself saying, Miata isn't actually the answer this time, check the E30. Go on a forum and you'll find tons of resources and likely a lot of them for sale. Have questions? Anything that can be done on these cars, maintenance-wise or repair-wise, has already been done and documented on a forum somewhere. And as much as I've ragged on BMW fanboys in this video, they're a very helpful bunch of people. And the worst thing you can do is go on to any of them and say, I'm interested in buying a BMW, because as soon as I said, I actually might want an E36 M3, I had several of my friends who own BMWs, who are the faithful, who are, BMW addicts, helping me look for some and find some that would suit my needs. And while I don't think I would buy an E30 myself, I definitely see the appeal. So what are you waiting for? I mean, these E30s aren't getting any newer. Go ahead and drink the Kool-Aid and buy one. Then you can be that guy from the Beamer forums that just randomly shows up and tells people they need to buy a BMW.